Sri Gurubhyo Nama children, welcome to online project Ekalaiva. In the last class, I have discussed about the preparation of alkenes. We have seen so many methods of preparation of alkenes. Okay, preparation part is okay. After preparing the compounds, what we have to do? We have to study the properties. Is it not? Once preparation is over, we have to study the properties of the compounds. So here I have started with the properties of alkenes. So to begin with, we are going to discuss about the physical properties of alkenes. So today I am going to start with physical properties of alkenes. We are going to talk about the physical properties of alkenes. Okay. What is the first property? Physical state. The first property is physical state. The first three members of alkenes. The first three members of alkenes are gases. The first three members are gases. From fourth member, from fourth to 16th member, from 4th to 16th member, they exist as liquids. From 4th to 16th member, they exist as liquids. Higher alkenes are waxy solids. Higher alkenes are waxy solids. Higher alkenes are waxy solids. So this is the first physical property. We are going to talk about physical state, how they are existing. What is the nature of the state? Whether they are existing as gas, solid or liquid. So what is the condition here? The first three members, they are existing as gases. From carbon 4 to carbon 16, they exist as liquids, whereas when carbon atom exceeds 16, higher members of alkene series, they exist as waxy solid. So this is the first property, which is known as physical state. The second property, we are going to talk about solubility. Solubility. Second property is solubility. The tendency of the compounds to get dissolved. Is it not? What is solubility? The tendency of the compound to get dissolved. We can call it in a particular solvent. We can call it as solubility. So the tendency of the substance to get dissolved in a particular solvent is known as solubility. So here, when you talk about the solubility as like alkenes, alkenes also, alkenes also insoluble in water. Alkenes also insoluble in water, but soluble in organic solvent, like benzene, ether, carbon tetrachloride, etc. So here when you talk about the solubility, like alkane, already we have seen about alkanes. Like alkanes which are insoluble in water, even alkenes also insoluble in water, because like dissolves like, is it not? Water is a polar solvent. All these are not polar. They are not polar solvents. They are not polar compounds. That's why they are not soluble in water, which is a polar solvent. Like dissolves like. Polar substances are soluble in polar solvents. This is, they are not polar substances. So they are not soluble in water, but soluble in organic solvents. For example, I can talk about benzene, ether, carbon tetrachloride, kerosene, etc. So this is the second property. Third property, density. Density is directly proportional to molecular mass. Density is directly proportional to molecular mass. And molecular mass is directly proportional to number of carbon atoms. Molecular mass is directly proportional to number of carbon atoms. Let me explain this point. So what is the next point, next property we are going to see? Density. So density depends upon the molecular mass. So density and molecular mass are directly proportional. Molecular mass is directly proportional to the number of carbon atoms. Let me explain this point. When the number of carbon atom increases, when the number of carbon atom increases in the compound, when the number of carbon atom increases, number of carbon atoms increases, in the molecule, when the number of carbon atoms increases in the molecular mass increases. The weight of the compound, the molecular weight, the weight of the molecule will be greater, is it not? As the number of carbon atom is increased, what is happening? The weight of the molecule also will be increased. So molecular mass also increases. The molecular mass also increases. When molecular mass increases, when molecular mass increases, density also increases. When molecular mass increases, density also increases. Density also increases. But alkenes are less denser. Alkenes are less denser than water. When you compare water with alkenes, alkenes are less denser than water. So water will have a greater density when compared to alkenes. So they are less denser than water. So what is the next property we have discussed? First property I told about the physical state. The first three members, they existed as gas. From fourth to 16th member, they existed as a liquid. Higher members existed as waxy solids. Second one I told about the solubility. Like alkenes also insoluble in water, but soluble in organic solvents like benzene, carbon tetrachloride, ether, kerosene, etc. And the third one, I talked about density. Density and molecular mass are directly proportional. So, when does the molecular mass increase? When the number of carbon atom increases, molecular mass is also increasing, is it not? When the number of carbon atom is increased, the weight of the molecule also greater, is it not? When the number of carbon atom is greater, the weight of the molecule is also greater. So, when the number of carbon atom increases, molecular mass is also increased. What is happening? When molecular mass increases, what happens to the density? Density is also becoming greater. So, molecular mass and density are directly proportional. The next one we are going to talk about the melting and boiling point, the next property. Melting point and boiling point. Melting point and boiling point of alkenes. Melting point and boiling point of alkenes increases with increase in number of carbon. With increase in number of carbon. With increase in number of carbon atoms. So, when you talk about the melting and boiling point, both melting and boiling point increase with the number of carbon atoms. So, when the number of carbon atom increases, melting point and boiling point also increases. So, this melting point and boiling point we are going to see one property we are going to discuss here, that is dipole moment. So, when I want to talk about the melting and boiling point, once again we are going to talk about the isomers. Already I told about the cis and trans isomer, already I told you. What is cis isomer? When similar groups are on the same side, we can call it as a cis isomer. When similar groups are on the opposite side, we can talk about a trans isomer. So, when you want to discuss about what is that melting point and boiling point, there is one concept we are going to say, that is what is that we are going to compare two different compounds here, that is cis-2-butene, cis-2-butene and trans-2-butene, cis-2-butene and trans-2-butene, trans-2-butene. So, what is cis-2-butene? Already I told you. Similar groups will be on the same side, is it not? Similar groups will be on the same side. So, this is cis-2-butene, this is trans-2-butene. Similar groups are on the opposite side. So, this is cis-2-butene. The double bond is between 2 and 3, is it not? So, similar groups are on the same side, cis, double bond is between 2 and 3, 2 position, okay. There are 4 carbon, parent is but, okay. For double bond, IUPAC ending is ene. So, this is cis-2-butene. Here, the two bulky groups are on the opposite side, is it not? Here, the methyl groups are on the same side. Here, the methyl groups are on the opposite side. So, here also, what is the numbering? So, when you number, the position of the double bond is between 2 and 3. So, position is 2, they are on the opposite side, trans, okay. Trans-2-butene. So, we are going to see the melting point and boiling point. When you talk about the melting point of cis-2-butene, it is 277 Kelvin. Boiling point, it is 134 Kelvin. Similarly, when you talk about the melting point of trans 2-butene, it will be 274 Kelvin. Boiling point of trans 2-butene, it is 167 Kelvin. See the variation. See the variation now. Listen here. Compare the melting point. When you talk about the melting point for cis-2-butene, it is 277 Kelvin, whereas for trans-2-butene, it is 274 Kelvin. Similarly, when you talk about the boiling point for cis-2-butene, it is 134 Kelvin. For trans-2-butene, it is 167 Kelvin. So, here I have talked about the melting point and boiling point. See the variation. When you talk about the melting point, cis-2-butene has got high melting point when compared to trans-2-butene, and when you talk about the boiling point, trans-2-butene has got high boiling point, that is 167 Kelvin when compared to cis-2-butene. Here this melting point and boiling point can be discussed based on the polarity dipole moment. So, dipole moment we are going to see. We are going to see in the next class how this melting point and boiling point, why it is based on polarity, dipole moment. So, all these concepts are related to melting and boiling point. We are going to see the variation based on the polarity, dipole moments. I will give in the next class, I will give the definition for dipole moment, how it affects the polarity of the molecule. We are going to talk about the polarity in case of cis and trans, why this variation exists in the melting and boiling point of both the isomers. So, in the next class, we will discuss about the polarity, dipole moment, variation in the melting and boiling point of cis and trans isomer. So, up to this I am concluding my speech today. Tomorrow I will be discussing with the other concept like dipole moment and polarity, so that you will have a clarity about the variation in the melting and boiling point. Thank you, children.